All right, it's been a while since I posted a video about sales, so I thought I'd check in, growing the beard out. I'm gonna look like a lumberjack pretty soon. And it's getting chilly out, so I've been chopping wood for the fire, so I actually am a lumberjack. But anyway, I wanted to give some updates as to how many deals I've closed, what my biggest mistakes have been, what I'm working on, and what's gonna happen in January. And hopefully give you some actionable tips if you're in sales. By the way, if you want the document that I've used and I've trained dozens of people with on how to do lead generation, click the link below and it's going to send you a Google Doc that I made. It's a step-by-step process that I created for my VAs that I pay to do lead generation for me. I've also used it to help other people in my Facebook group. And what it does is it shows you how to generate leads for cold email and for outreach. So it shows you how to identify your case studies, how to target companies based on those case studies, how to find the decision makers at those companies, how to find their emails, validate them so they don't bounce, even if your email tool can't find the emails. So if Hunter can't find the email, I show you a trick to validate them. It even shows you how to validate accept all emails. So pretty cool stuff. You can get that for free down below. It's step-by-step videos, 5 minutes each. It's really simple, but really powerful. I've generated over 250,000 leads with it already, so that's down in the description if you want that. But anyway, so I've made some mistakes recently. I think my biggest mistake, I want to talk about the mistakes that I've made and what I've learned and that kind of thing. So update on my sales. I made a video last week about not counting your chickens before they hatch. That $15,000 deal that I said that I closed like 2 or 3 weeks ago is still not paid yet. They finally signed, and the guy told me he was going to pay yesterday. And I think they're going to pay, but they still haven't paid. So you have to really make sure that you count your chickens when they actually hatch, not before. I had another guy sign up for a trial, but I've lost a lot of deals by just not qualifying people properly. But I still have plenty of deals in the pipeline. So we're just about to get noisy because we're on the road now. But I still have plenty of deals in the pipeline, and I'm really excited for January. I'm expecting to close at least 6 figures in January, just by the amount of people I've been talking to. And I might even close one today. I have a presentation later. But the biggest mistake that I've made, I think, is not qualifying people and not running my discovery calls properly. So number one, I was trying to sell to everybody. I didn't really have an idea of my ideal prospect, and because of that, I was not able to turn people away if they weren't a good fit, which is not good. Comes off as needy. It's not really a good place to be. And you're not going to be able to sell everybody, right? Like, you don't want to double sell. If they don't have a problem, if they're not problem aware, you don't want to have to sell them on the problem and the solution, right? You want them to already know that they have a problem and that you are the solution. You just sell yourself as a solution. So number one, knowing who to sell to. But number two, I think the biggest thing was not understanding their actual needs and their actual problems, right? I was asking the wrong questions, and I had a wake-up call when I had a call with the CEO and her VP of sales and his VP of sales. And I told my CEO, I was like, hey, he wants to speak with you. He's about to close. We get on the phone, and they're nowhere near buying. I mean, the VP, she had no idea what we did. I was talking with her about her case studies the entire time. We didn't talk anything about goals, problems, challenges. And I was asking her questions that I could have figured out by doing research on the phone before the call. So it was just a disaster. I learned a lot from that about being prepared. So number one, I'm stalking all of my prospects before a call. You should be stalking everything about your prospects before you get on the phone and know everything about them, everything about what they do, what they like on social media, what services they offer, who they've worked with in the past. You even need to know about their industry. You need to be an industry expert. You need to know everything, okay? So I'm doing that now. But more so, I'm making sure that I actually ask questions that I wouldn't be able to find online. So what are your goals? How important are those goals to you? What is in your way from achieving those goals? What's stopping you? What would happen if you don't achieve those goals? You know, all these things are things that I'm really trying to figure out. And if it's a good fit, I basically just sell them the results, and I help them get there. And this is not a sleazy, manipulative thing. Like, you know, it's not that I'm just giving them whatever they want, right? If they tell me what their goal is and they tell me what their challenge is, and I actually literally think I can help them solve that problem with my solution, of course I'm going to sell them on it. It's a no-brainer for both parties. So by running my discovery calls properly and actually focusing heavily on understanding, listening, and trying to be helpful and always providing value, it's helped me tremendously. I mean, I've got like a ton of people to follow. And then the other thing that I've been working on is always having a next step in mind, because let me cross the street here. Hopefully I don't get hit by a car. Another mistake that I've made is when I would get on the phone, I would not have a next step planned, or I wouldn't always have a next step planned. So now when I'm preparing for my calls, I'm not only crystal clear on the person and what they do, I'm also crystal clear on the direction of the conversation, the information that I need, and if A happens, like if they're qualified, this is the next step. And I tell them that, right? I tell them like, this is normally the process. Like, are you open to this? They say, yeah. And not only that, I don't just figure out what the next step is. I also am crystal clear on timing. By when do you want this result? By when? When do you want to start? Right now. Oh, right now? Does that mean like today? Oh, no, that means next month. Okay, so getting crystal clear, never assuming, and knowing what the timing is, right? So, and then from there, always having a next step scheduled. So my first month, if someone told me to follow up in January, this is back in November, I would say, okay, I'll send you an email in January. That was a big mistake. I should have always scheduled the next call. I don't know why I didn't do that, but I just didn't do it. So I have a bunch of people to follow up with that I have to book times with, which is going to hurt my rates. However, what I did is I've been commenting on their social media profiles from time to time, like with thoughtful comments to keep them on my radar, and a lot of them have actually engaged back with me. So when January rolls around, I'm going to send them another email, and I have plenty of people that I can book in January. I've got dozens of leads that I can follow up with in January. I actually have like presentations and contract calls, a bunch of them already scheduled for January. Not to mention I'm testing new niches so I can run more email campaigns, and I'm going to have 500 to 1,000 emails locked and loaded for January before the new year even comes around. So biggest mistakes were not being prepared, not listening properly, and not having next steps involved or in mind. And what's been helping me is knowing who I'm going after, being prepared, knowing what my next steps are, and being crystal clear. So for example, I had a call today with a guy, really nice guy, has a problem that I can solve. I think I can help him get to his goal for about 60 to 100 grand. So at the end of our conversation, I was like, and we had several calls. The first call that I had was literally no business. We were talking about just chit chat for the entire call, getting to know each other. Then we had a discovery call. I didn't quite get all the information I needed out of him, so we had another call, which was today. And I think I can literally help him out. So I have another call scheduled with him and his co-founder to go over a presentation. He told me that if the presentation looks good, then he would want to schedule a contract call middle of January and start then. And I told him the price, 60 to 100 grand. He's like, okay. So that's just how it rolls, man. I was crystal clear. I said, when do you want to start? He said, January. I said, how important is this to you? He said, this is my top priority. Like all of these things. So I feel like I'm just getting much better at understanding people, listening, trying to be a problem solver, being crystal clear on expectations, and being confident in my solution. So if you're in sales and you find a lot of people not buying, you get to the end of your sales cycle and people aren't pulling the trigger, and you're not really sure what's going on, I would say, it's from case to case, but I would say check your premises. No, but what I really mean is make sure that you are actually going after the right people. Make sure you know who that person is. Make sure you come prepared to every single meeting. Okay, don't come in as a novice. Don't come in winging it. Do not wing the meetings. You want to be so prepared that you know you can help them before you even get on the phone, right? Especially, preparedness is much better than confidence, just so you know. It's always better to be prepared than to be confident, because confidence comes from being prepared, but not the other way around. So yeah, knowing who you're going after, being prepared, having a next step in mind, being crystal clear on timing, and always trying to understand. And by doing this, I can already tell my sales cycles, my sales process is improving. I'm getting better, and only up from here. I'm not really where I want to be in terms of my $1 million in 3 months. I'm only at 40 grand, maybe not even there quite yet. I think by the end of next month, though, I'm going to be north of 100 because I'm going to really accelerate. But that's really the story. And yeah, I'm looking forward to closing more deals and just helping more people solve their problems. So that's it from me, guys. I might not post again until the new year. I don't know, but good luck. Keep on closing. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I think that's about it. I'll just say one last time, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Hit the like button, and one more time, if you want to generate leads for yourself, book yourself absolutely solid. I'm talking 20, 30 meetings per week. You'll be closing your ass off. You can grab the doc that I put together in the description below. All you have to do is put in your email, and I'll send it right over to you. So, yeah, take it easy, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.